In today's video, I'm going to be addressing a very common question or concern from you guys, and that is what the heck to do about blackheads, whiteheads, pimples inside your ears. This is actually pretty common because we have a pretty high density of what's called sebaceous glands or oil glands in our ear, especially in what's referred to as the conchal bowl, this little part inside the ear. I'll insert a little pictorial here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But many people cope with blackheads, sometimes just in that area, and they want to know what can be done. Why do they occur? Acne cropping up inside your ears is very similar to acne that crops up on your face or elsewhere on the body, and that a lot of it has to do with production of oil and the rate of oil production, which is governed by your hormones. So you may experience this cyclically if you're a woman with your menstrual cycle, or it may be related to a medication that you're taking, like oral birth control pills. You may notice that your skin overall is oilier and you start getting breakouts within your ears. There's not a whole lot that you can do about your hormones, but other things that contribute to blackheads and acne inside the ear are actually plugging up of those sebaceous oil glands with skin cells that can't quite get out of the pore and turn over, as well as bacteria that gets trapped in there along with the oil and breaks it down. You get a nidus of inflammation and irritation that can cause not only blackheads and whiteheads, but pimples as well. Now, there are some things that look like acne sometimes in the ear that are not acne. One of the things that looks like acne and is not in fact acne is something called discoid lupus. This actually presents with what looks like blackheads in the conchal bowls, but very, very scaly. So if you're not sure what exactly you have, I definitely recommend seeing your dermatologist for an accurate diagnosis. But if you do have discoid lupus, as a side note, the tips that I'm giving in today's video are not applicable to that type of blackhead. That has nothing to do with acne. It's just part of the lupus, and it's actually very different. Anyways, moving along. With the advent of earbuds, I would say I have seen much more acne within the ears and blackheads and whiteheads than prior to earbud use, and that makes perfect sense. The earbuds that you use with your iPhone or whatever device, that actually occlude the pore within the ear and can trap bacteria and skin cells in there. And if you don't clean your earbuds, they can harbor bacteria. They also can trap earwax that can get then impacted on the pore opening when you put the earbud back in, and cause exacerbations of blackheads, whiteheads, and acne within the ear. So be mindful of your earbuds. Make sure that you're cleaning them regularly. I will list down below in the description box some wipes that are safe for your earbuds that will remove wax and buildup. So it's a good idea to wipe them off before you put them in your ears and after you take them out. And then another factor that I already kind of alluded to that may be causing an issue with blackheads and whiteheads and breakouts in that part of your ear is actually buildup of earwax. Earwax is a wonderful thing, believe it or not. It helps in cleaning out our ear canal and removing bacteria from within our inner ear. Really, really an important part, and it's not a disgusting thing. But when it pools there in the outer part of the ear, in the conchal bowl, it sits on the skin. It's very occlusive, and that can lead to blackheads and whiteheads. Plus, as it's coming out of the ear, it's bringing with it bacteria and dirt and debris from within your ear, and that then can settle out there within the conchal bowl and exacerbate pimples and what have you. When it comes to addressing the earwax situation though, whatever you do, avoid the temptation to stick a Q-tip in your ear and remove it. That is actually the worst thing you can do, because what ends up happening is as you push the wax back into the inner ear and it gets compacted, that can actually cause ear infections, and it damages the little hair cells in the inner ear that conduct sound, can damage your hearing. So don't use Q-tips. I know they're really popular, but it's actually not an efficient way to remove earwax. You just end up pushing it back further. They sell an inner ear wash that I recommend. I'll list it down below. This is great. It's just a little solution that you put in the ear and let sit in there for a few minutes, and then it comes with a bulb that you then irrigate the ear out, and it's a really nice way to clean out that earwax that might pool in the conchal bowl and contribute to blackheads and whiteheads. It's pretty affordable, So if you're somebody who makes a lot of earwax, that might be something you want to incorporate in your routine. Outside of hormones, your body's own earwax production, and your earbuds, another thing that may actually be contributory is your hair care products, especially if you wear your hair down. If you use a lot of leave-on pomades and conditioning products that are very heavy and oily, that can actually get into your ears a little bit and create a film there that gets in the way of that turnover of skin cells and traps bacteria in the pore and causes blackheads and whiteheads. So be really mindful of your hair care products, leave-on products, and if you do like to use leave-on conditioning products and pomades, try wearing your hair back away from your ears. That can help. As far as addressing the blackheads, whiteheads, and pimples in the conchal bowl and in the ear, you can actually use the same active acne fighting ingredients that you can use on your face and body. Benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, and vitamin A derivatives like retinols or adapalene, which is sold over the counter. These actually can go in the conchal bowl. Be very careful though that you're not putting a heaping glob inside the ear and then it's trickling down the ear canal. So just use a tiny fraction of a pea just to that conchal bowl area if you're using a leave-on product. A really good way though to control the breakouts in the ear is to use a benzoyl peroxide containing body wash or face wash while you're in the shower. That's actually a perfect time to use it. Lather it, get a little bit and get a lather and get all around your ear actually and behind your ear, and then take your pinky and make sure you get a little lather within that conchal bowl and in all of the convexities and concavities of what's called the helix of your ear, and let it sit there for a few minutes and then rinse it out. It's really good to do it in the shower because you really ensure that you don't leave that on the skin. It can be irritating if it's left on the skin. And a product that I really love for this purpose is the CeraVe Acne Foaming Facial Cleanser, Creamy Cleanser. This is a 4% benzoyl peroxide wash. And another product that's also really great, very similar to this, is Panoxol wash. So I'll list those down below. You can also use a salicylic acid acne face wash like the Neutrogena oil-free acne wash or any other number of salicylic acid acne washes. And lather it there, let it sit on the skin for a few minutes, and then rinse it off. And when it comes to your vitamin A derivatives, whether they be over-the-counter retinol or adapalene or prescription retinoic acid products like tretinoin, you can actually use a tiny amount to the conchal bowl to help control breakouts, and it helps in normalizing some of that cell turnover within the pore. So in summary, clean your earbuds, maybe even try and cut back on using your earbuds. And be mindful of the leave-on products that you're using in your hair, and do not use a Q-tip to remove that earwax, but rather a earwax removing wash. I'll list one down below. And then over-the-counter acne active ingredients like benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, and vitamin A derivatives all can be used to treat acne in the ear and around the ears. And I like using benzoyl peroxide washes as an ear wash in the shower. Just make sure that you don't get it all the way down in your inner ear, and you'll be good. So yeah, I'll list this down below as well as everything else that I mentioned in today's video. But I hope these tips were helpful to you guys, maybe shedding some light on what causes these and some things that maybe you weren't aware of, maybe are contributing to yours. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.